So in this video I will show how to do the hair on the doll. What I'm doing is just I stitch here and then I glue it on the top of the head. So it's no crochet, no other things, no more stitch than just up here. And I'm using this kind of thick yarn, is yarn group E, and the name of this yarn is Drop a Wish Mix, but you can use what you think it fits your angel. So the first thing you do is you cut some strands. How long they better to have if you have enough yarn, do as long as you can, because you will cut them, but otherwise you can just measure with the head. So what you do is you stitch here with the needle, and then you bring it to the back, and here I will glue it against the head, and then when it comes to the bottom I cut, and then that's it. I mean, I cut with the scissor. Except on this side, I keep 6 strands, and these ones, and I would take them last, and I will bring them back so they cover this end of the neck where you cut the hair, and then it goes to this side as a braid. And this one you can do as long as you want. So this is free strands that you fold in 2. These ones should be long ones, so you have yarn to do this braid, and you can do those last. You can put them, but don't glue them until last, because they will cover here in the neck. So let's start. I marked where I want the hair to start. In the pattern I will show you exactly what round it is. Okay, so I just pull this through in the needle, and now I will insert it in one stitch, in one round. So it will start here where I put the pin. So, and now I fold it to its equal, and this one I will now pull to the back here, and here I just will put the hair into with pins so it stays, just to check if it's good or if I want to change it. Because after I glue it, I cannot change my mind, so it's better to. And if I had the other one, that we start from here, it will make it look good. Or if you want to have it lower, then you can just do one more below it, so you don't need to redo it, just keep it. It's good to check with the, and here is too close for the eyes, so it's actually a good one to start here. So, but let us do the next one before I start to glue. So then I will just keep the next above, and then you can try to have a hairline that looks good. Maybe it goes like this direction, or this is. This one will go very. That is why it's good to have this kind of thick yarn, because it's actually cover quite a lot when you just by having 2 strands here. They are thick. So looks good. So now maybe I can start to glue this before I start the next one. But if you are unsure, you can continue. But they should all stop here in this neck, because you cannot, so when you come here to this side, it will go down here, and then you, so these ones that come here, that will be the braid, will cover as much as possible where you cut the yarn. Okay, so let's take these two then first. And so what I do is I actually put the glue into paper first, so it doesn't, so I don't mess up with do it this directly on the head. I can do that if you have a nice tip on the glue bottle, why not? But don't use too much, so it gets sloppy. I have this kind of cotton pin, but you can, if you have maybe some kind of brush, painting brush or something, that can be a smart way to and then to get it good on the head. So then just a little bit, it's not it's enough to do a little bit. You don't need to put too much, it's actually a stick. And if it comes in the future that it comes out, then you just put new glue, so it's not like it get destroyed. Many things you can fix with textile glue. I will put a little bit in the bottom also. Then it can get stuck with a pin here, so it can dry a little bit while I do next one. It already took this one. If you can also use a toothpick, but maybe it takes more time because they're quite small. What's good with textile glue is that it's not visible after it dries. So and then when it's dried, it's enough to cut here. That's why maybe it's good to have some kind of glue, but it will be covered by this braid here that you will put here, that will be extra long, and this one from this one will be covering here, so it's not going to be visible. So then that's good if you put a little bit glue here on top of this. It might be after a while a lot, so try not to put too thick here. Cut in a different, and make sure that this braid is covering up here. So now, so when you have come to this much, and then you should do this long ones that will be the braid, and you can see in when you come on the back of the head, everything is like stitched almost at the same where the magic ring is, and then down. and you can see I glued it and I cut it. It looks sloppy, so let's hope that it will look nice when I put the braid above it. So remember, the strands for the braid should be quite long ones. Do them better to do them longer than too short, because then you can cut them. And it's enough with 3, because these 3, when you fold them, there will be 6, and this 3 you will then do the braid with. So one of them will be here, and then go like this to the side here. And let me take the next one. So now this with the braid will then be going over all the way to the other side. So, and then looks nice. So let's, and then on here, so it can go above this. Since you will put a braid on this side, it will stay. So, and if one of those strands are not so much glue, it's okay. So, looks nice. And let me put a pin here so that while I do the braid, it will stay. A little bit tricky to do it here on the table. Maybe it's better to somebody hold it while you braid it. Yeah, as much as you think it's enough. Here I think it's enough. And then I take a piece of cotton yarn. And here I will do tight. And then I can now roll this yarn. And now I cut close. So, and if you want it to stick a little bit, not to be loose, you can put a piece of glue here if you don't want it to move. Then maybe put some pins here to just let it dry. Let it stay some hours, just to let everything dry good. And now you have a nice hair and a braid.